Hello, my name is Gabriel Jank, and I'm going to present this case. I call it as a case connecting people. Um, and the case is about a minimal viable product that was implemented using Scrum and some aspects of Scrum at scale. So in terms of context, we are talking about a company W, and is a large corporation that works in agricultural constructions, forestry machinery, and all of that. Is part of Fortune 500 global companies. And besides of the IT departments, most of the companies still running in predictive and waterfall models frameworks, as part of the daily work and how the initiatives and projects are being delivered. The challenge here in this specific case is that during 2019 we got COVID and the global pandemic, so that was a challenge for all of us, and for the company it was as well. Specifically about this case, we had two major challenges to deal with during to this situation. One was about selling products to customers, because before we always used to have face-to-face connection to our dealers and show the equipment. And the second one, for the customers already with our products and services, we had to support them remotely, because instead of going where they live to fix machinery or collect data, we had to do that remotely. They don't want us to go there where they live and do the support. So due to nature of the companies being so global, this case just apply for South America region. So everything I'm going to talk here will be about South America, and I'm gonna add more details later. Just data previous to the pandemic in that region, 80%, around 80% of the selling was done in physical events. We call that fairs, could be agricultural fairs or could be construction, where the dealers go, equipments are presented, right? Share, and then the customers go, they try and buy it. During to the global pandemic, all of them, they were canceled. So it was a big challenge. So we're not going to meet our customers anymore. And also the dealers were not able to visit the customers for doing the selling or the support. Based on that, we had initial approach in South America region. And we start by doing a lean section and ideation section. So the dilemma to work through was, how can we keep selling products and having our factories producing, right? By the same time, our dealers able to support our customers in that environment. One of the aspects is that in the ideation, we had few people that volunteered to work on that, and they really asked for leadership. Can we be empowered on that? So we had no direct leadership or management participated even from the ideation itself. The idea was really think out of the box, because nothing we knew or solutions we had would cover that. After the ideation, they come with a minimal viable product definition. That what's going to be that solution? Well, it's going to be a 3D equipment vision platform where you can see the equipment like being face to face. The customers could buy parts replacement. That's most what they need in this support period. And also the dealers could have direct chat like we are having here with the customers remotely. So that's where the MVP, what they've done by using waterfall is put all the requirements in the wall, and they come with a Gantt chart. The Gantt chart gives them about 5 months to deliver all the functionalities and put the platform to run. But in reality, we had a market window. What I mean by market window, the farmers or the construction people, they are seasonal. They buy in a specific period of the year, because if they don't buy the equipment, they cannot use it. And our window was 7 weeks. What it means by that, if we don't deliver anything to be able to support the customers or to sell products, in 7 weeks, they probably go for other companies that will have that. So that's the challenge, and that's the initial approach. Looking that, we knew that 5 months would not be possible, and the way we used to do projects were also not fit. And then looking for the leadership, some discussions happened. The first one, like they asked, can we add more people to be able to shrink that 5 months? Well, we told them, no, right? It just get worse. It's not going to have adding more people here. So how about if you get your org split in several other areas where they keep doing support, but also get this new context? Nope. And then later on, let's put them work weekend and 12 hours, 15 a day, right? They probably broke, right? They burned down. After they figure out that was not possible, so we start building this case itself. So how we work it on? First of all, they contact me, so I work it directly as the coach of this specific case. And our first discussion was about, can we have a minimal viable bureaucracy around this? Is initiative, we have 7 weeks. We need to be fast, deliver probably 7 sprints, that's it. And we have to have support from the leadership. And then when I talk about leadership, it's strategic leadership. So what we got is we connected this initiative directly with 2 directors, and they said, you just go and we cover you. By that, we formed what I call the AT. It was about myself, 2 directors in the region, and 1 of the POs from the teams that was the chief PO. And then we were running out the impediments in terms of the organization. And we connect to this EAT 3 teams that were actually multidisciplinary. So they were not silo-based anymore. We moved to have people from marketing, pricing, products, and dealers support in the same cross function. After that, we start, okay, we need teams. We had a story mapping from the requirements with 3 pillars, 3 different teams. We start training them, 3 focus team. We start training and asking, do we have volunteers to work with us? And what is the reason? In 7 weeks, it's really hard to break people down and still get them doing something. By having volunteers, they were really open for that. Let's try. We might fail. We fix it and we move on. 3 teams of volunteers, mostly of them. And then that's the key. It was a platform that needed IT, but we had 0 IT people on that. Because of that, we had to involve 3 different partners that were doing the platform, the content creation, and the publishing. So 3 teams connected and 3 partners that we also trained. And they were in our daily meetings. After that, we start running Scrum. I got a training for them in 1 week. They train and then they start the first sprint. We focus good Scrum first. We actually got external Scrum Masters because they had no knowledge. We bring this Scrum Master to data collection to run the events and connect to myself. So we are looking the impediments removing and also collecting the data to keep moving. After the first sprint, we got a list of impediments. We removed through EAT, like how can we get our material for how we get the content, the technical specifications, how we get the pictures, how we get the 3D from engineering. So we had to expand this to expand the team, and we got capacity by removing impediments through the EAT. And the 3 POs, we aligned them to a Matthew Scrum event that happened because the pillars were 1 to deliver the platform, another to build the content, and another one to release the content in the platform and do marketing. So they were all connected and they had to release together. The platform has to be ready to receive the content and then to publish. So we had Matthew Scrum and a single backlog, which we were controlling. Very good, but we had 7 weeks, right? We had to work in the scope. Even by running 2 sprints, we were not able to deliver everything in 7 weeks. So we look by the MVP again and say, we had to slice it. So what we've done with the 3 POs, we look for all the region and we we made some decisions. One, we'll be just only web for the release, not apps in the mobiles, because that's where the most customer use. It's going to be just one product line. So we focus on the farmers, not in construction in the first release. Only Brazil and Portuguese, because that about 70% of the sales on the region will be there. And then, as I said, no apps, right? No apps for the first release in 7 weeks. They came later. So we restricted the scope is still to deliver a minimal viable product that could do what most we needed from. Looking for a map really fast, we focus first team process. We put the execution action team in place and connect to the directors. Then we work it to impediment removals and how can we improve fast in 1 or 2, 3 sprints mostly, and then cross team coordination through putting the meta scrum. By having that, we could start fast, and all the other paces we just start looking after. Results. I'm not just going to talk all about them, but we sold through this platform about over R$1 billion. That's because it was in Brazil. In these first 6 months of equipment, we were able to support 10K. We had 10K direct support and calls through the platform, having the dealer working directly with the customer remotely and fixing their issues, being by replacing parts or using the technology to do a new configuration. And if you remember, the waterfall was 5 months, right? We were able to deliver in 7 weeks the MVP. And guess what? In 7 weeks, later on, after the MVP delivered, we came back to the waterfall. So all people came back to their areas, no more love and passion around it. So what we've done is we survey about, okay, how much we delivered in 7 weeks and how much we delivered in the next 3 months, where they continue adding content, building the apps and all of that. Well, 70% of the full platform value was added and put it in production in the 7 weeks. They took 4 months more, 4 months more to add the 30% left they had in the requisite, the pre-requirements that we removed from the scope itself. And that's the case. Thank you.